short messages for y'all really quick. On top of allowing y'all know what's up, right? And to teach y'all a thing or two, just so you know what to do. Okay? So, in a certain situation, let me give y'all a true definition of keep your enemies closer, right? And most people just keep their enemy close because it was like, oh, well, I already observed their behavior about how they would do this or how they would do that type thing, right? But in true instances, in this situation, right? And this is the reason why I always say I don't feel bad for anybody. And how I know for a fact that anybody that played along or went along with this situation or scenario about, oh well, she wouldn't be able to catch on, you know what I'm saying, just play along with how, you know, how this is going to play out or whatever, because she's not going to ever catch on to what we're doing and how we're doing it and what's our scams and stuff like that. However, unbeknownst to all people involved, these people knew that at any given moment that when she does wake up, do they realize that this situation, they're going to feel like they were manipulated in this situation. The elites knew this. The people that was coming out and throwing them the money, like, yeah, we'll definitely sign off on this. We'll make sure that the police and stuff like that, they're not paying attention to you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. However, these people knew at any given moment that she do decide to wake up to the other aspects of their self. I don't feel that they know what's going to happen. Like I keep trying to tell some people because it's like it's hitting me like these motherfuckers don't realize that they are being triple crossed in this whole situation, regardless. Because there's some people right now in this situation where they're feeling like, well, I'm gonna tell on this person first, and this person gonna tell on this person. But the thing of it is, the bigger people already knew this is how it was gonna go. They already knew that's how it was gonna play out with some of these people. They also knew like, all right, well, they'd catch on to this. The benefit for them was, well, they don't catch on to what type of gifts, and we don't really elaborate or explain to them exactly the extent of who, you know, this person. They're not going to know. You ever heard of the kiss of death? The hug, the kiss of death, the hug of poison, and then the energy swapping type thing, right? So only thing that it really did for most of these people not understanding, that's why, you know, the Chinese bow and things like that. But when you go ahead and do certain things to certain people that they know the capabilities of the person, but they feel like the person is asleep or dormant. For me, I have figured it out like towards the end of me, you know, getting ready to leave, that all it required for is a person to speak with me, right? And in that aspect, they do not know that they are giving me full access to their thoughts, capabilities, what they would do, how they would do it, and it also allowed me to be open to anyone, anybody that they're connected to on all levels: business, money, finance, intellectually, sensually, it didn't matter. So I already knew in the benefit right before it was time for me to leave, because it was like, Shrita, you don't want to leave. You wanted to finish this. But at the same time, I felt it in my spirit that they was doing some hateful shit. So it's like, Shrita, be a little bit more kinder. The kinder I get, the more information I can get out of them. Unbeknownst to them, these people knew that once they realized, like, shit, why she didn't go back over there. They've been on the hesitance because it's not the people from the school, it's bigger people that was like, they were confused for just a second. Then they also played off the fact like, well, we're going to do, the pattern was the re-traumatization of DCF, CPS, stealing the money, lying, the relationship. It was an ongoing pattern. So I really can care two shits about that, honestly. But the only thing that I really cared about, I was like, what outside of the source of me knowing that this is about money, what else is this shit? And who was the main person? So outside of me figuring out, I was like, okay, well, you already know James was the source connected to him at first, right along with Patrick. And then when he figured out that, it was like, shit, this is a, to Buddy, that was a lick. That was a come up. I already felt that. Like, to this motherfucker, this goofy nigga gonna think that he hit a big ass lick. I was like, goofy ass. Then the rest of these other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers come from the Dominican Republic. It don't take too fucking much to fucking entertain these niggas. So I was just like, there we go again. I know it's all mean as fuck, but I ain't racist because shit. I told you I like me what I like. But then at the same time, I was like, these motherfuckers is playing on my face. All right, it's like, cool, bet. They're going to think that she's still bubbly and goofy, and they're going to say some very demeaning and hateful shit. But Rita, you know how to bite that shit. It don't mean nothing to a fuck the real big dog over here where they was like, she's the underdog. She don't know her worth or her value. You sure? And the fact that they was feeding it to me, not knowing that they were feeding it to me. Unbeknownst to them, it's like, yeah, right. Baby, when I say these motherfuckers is eating it up. So this is where it comes into play where they was like, was she playing us this whole time? Or was she, motherfucker, you said you wanted child's play. Y'all was doing child's play. So, bitch, Chucky came to play with Tiffany on the side, okay? Jekyll and Hyde said goodbye. And, bitch, Joker and Harley Quinn came in this motherfucker and said, hello, how you doing, bitch? Did you not realize that I was paying attention to all this shit? And the fact that any time someone does something, the capabilities, whether it's on a spiritual, esoteric, physical, etheric, all levels, they didn't realize it. It's like I'm sitting here watching mother like, okay, this motherfucker do that something that Yoruba shit. Okay. They on Yoruba time. All right. Let's see what other people come in this motherfucker. My only thing was for me to sit back and just study who came in there, why they came in there, what they were coming in there for, what else was going on around that bitch. And then it was like, sure, to pay attention to what they driving, what they saying, what they not saying. The eye contact in that bitch was heavy like a motherfucker. Where they felt I wasn't paying attention, baby, I was. Where it was like, she ain't gonna know. We're gonna have the conversation when she gone, when she out, when she here, when she's not. I'm like, look, I only need to be here for a day. I need y'all to go ahead and dap me up, go ahead and get close, because the closer they are, they didn't even have to fucking hug me. The fact that they entered into my aura was enough for me to know what the fuck was going on. So they was still thinking like your girl was bubbly, she was gonna catch on, she wasn't gonna peep shit. Baby, I was peeping shit from the dough. Okay? Watching every fucking move, every less word say, the funny jokes, all of that shit. So I was like, all right, let me see how much further they're going to keep taking this, okay? Because I was like, if you're going to sit here and play with me and it's going to be about fucking money, one thing for sure, two things for certain, don't play with me about my shit. And then you trying to play in my face like I ain't supposed to know what the fuck you had going on. And then you had these other motherfuckers coming, hey, that's violation to my motherfucking space, right? So it's like, all right, cool. So what else is, and you from where? All I needed to know, I didn't give a fuck about your birthday, nothing, but they were just so eager to talk about zodiac signs and shit like that. I was like, y'all so basic. Do you know your life path? What's the life path? That right there enough for me to know, like, okay, so y'all out here playing this shit and you ain't covered all your grounds. Okay. All right. And it's just like simple shows. What kind of show you like? Oh, okay. You into what? It's certain things that you can pay attention to that you can pick up on a person on what their capabilities are, what they're going to choose to do, how they'll treat you, and what kind of games that they would play. So when they went to go ahead and try to pull that shit like they was going to play a game and get away with it and play in my face, I was like, okay, challenge accepted. All I said was like, challenge accepted. All right, so these motherfuckers doing illegal shit over here. This motherfucker doing fraud shit over here, because when you sitting over here, you know something. Oh, you still know something that I don't know yet. You said another, okay. So all I knew was sure to keep racking it on up, scrolling on up, because I ain't no thief. I ain't gonna steal from you. I ain't gonna lie from you. The only thing is you wasn't asking the right questions. And wasn't about nothing else. You just didn't ask the questions. Because they were so oblivious to the fact that they thought I didn't know that, hey, they not paying attention to, I'm peeping everything, what the fuck going on that they ain't had no business doing in the first place. And the fact that I was paying attention, it was like, I didn't realize she was paying that much attention. No, baby. Because when we going to sit here and try to play in people's face, still lie, And then act like we ain't know what the hell she had going on. What do you think you're doing in the meantime? You allowing the person to go ahead to figure out your setup, the drop, who coming in, who coming out, how they gonna do it. Cause shit, Bravo Supermarket need to be looked into. Shall we continue? The science center, I already knew about the science center because they was like, yeah, my son and he work over, oh, he do. Oh, okay. And what kind of stuff your son do? Oh, he work on the computers. Oh, do he? So I was supposed to pick up on the fact that he was y'all I spy from the community. Oh, okay. Okay. So it was shit that they were doing, thinking I wasn't. But unbeknownst to them, they sitting here trying to figure out how much do she know. I don't know way much more than I want to give on. But at the same time, now it's not just y'all. Now the feds watching. SWAT and U.S. Marshals in the government. Because what you feel like God ain't gonna know. Baby. What you doing where y'all at? Why we quiet now? We don't want to play no more. Because I guarantee somebody probably got a call earlier today around 5 o'clock. What's this? Oh my God, I gotta go. Someone saying you living with the person who set you up, a female veteran. I had Emily, who was like, Emily was thinking like, oh, she ain't gonna ever know that I was a part of this, Emily. And she was just so, I don't want to be homeless again, and I don't want to go through this. And then she was like, yeah, I have narcissism, and I lied sometimes because I would catch her, Emily, I would catch her ass in a motherfucking lie. Emily Miller. But she's the sweetest thing. It's just, long as I checked her in her place and stuff like that, she knew she couldn't put on bullshit. But with that shit going on, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never, want to get to that place because I ain't ever feel like it. But then it was like at the same time I knew it was some crazy shit up because it was, what's that boy Chris West, when he came around and then his gay neighbor downstairs and stuff like that. I was like, cool, I ain't tripping on it. Female cybersecurity signals, NASA and military. And basically she was basically running down to me without realizing. Like I said, one thing I know about a liar and two things for certain. They tell the truth in their lies. They will always tell the truth in their lie, whether they know it or not. So when all that stuff was going on, trying to figure out like, my sleeping habits and things like that, like shit, we could be in that bitch starving, honey. But if there's a will, there's a way. I made sure we still ate. Hey, girl, come on, get on up. Let's go ahead and go do this, go do that or whatever. And then it was like, they was going to try to make it seem like it was super demeaning. Like when she left the house, I would have to leave, which I had no problem. I'll just sit out here on the porch or whatever until you get back. Like, what the fuck? What was the big deal? The only thing that kind of hit different was that I think I had to pee or something like that. But she ended up coming right in time just so I can be able to go inside and go use the bathroom. So I wasn't tripping or whatever. Romance con artists and stuff like that. Portuguese. Someone was Portuguese paying her and stuff like that. So I knew everybody involved. I wasn't tripping. A registered nurse. They like what you do for them. Nothing more. Let it go. 2014, somebody could have met somebody 2014, Atlanta, Georgia, or Illinois, a Virgo, a fast car, and stuff like that. That's why when I was in the dream and I seen the last dude I spoke to and I saw James' car and then I see somebody else. So he probably ended up getting caught up on both sides. From the, like I said, he knew James, but then he also knew those people. And then he also had ties with these Portuguese motherfuckers. So it was just like, it was all the way around just already a situation to fuck somebody over. You know what I'm saying? Has maybe 3 kids. So he probably already, during that time, because he only had Ruby at that time. And so I was like, I'm pretty sure it was about 2 more of the kids in there, but I didn't give a shit. A white male sleeping with a Hispanic male for court cases, a registered nurse. So like the stuff that had went on when I had shit, I lost a lot of kids with that dude, but it was like I said, nobody didn't want to do the research because it's like it's her. We'd rather do it on our people and stuff like that. Because that Portuguese female came in like, well, what's the recipe for me to get pregnant? And it was like how she did it and how ignorant she came in that bitch like that. I was like, yeah, they knew what was going on, but they also were the same people trying to steal the money. Like I wasn't supposed to know what was going on. So that's how I knew when I went to the hospital and stuff like that. And it was like, I'm not even heard about it no more. It just pissed me the fuck off. Because, like, motherfucker, you knew it. And then instead of you just saying something, you want to go along. I was like, don't ever deal with a person that's so hungry for the fucking money. Because they'll do anything to anybody. But shit, if they want to get the money with you, they hit different. But I was like, this is a motherfucker that'll do the internet manipulation, do all this other stuff. I knew he was doing the cybersecurity shit. Like, yeah, I should do it. And the way he was saying it, that's what gave him away to me. And then, who was it? Bilal. He was like, shit, I'm used to the person confusing everybody and getting fucked up in their brain. He said, have you ever considered to work for the CIA? I was like, no, why the fuck would I want to work for the CIA? Cause shit, I ain't gotta lie, but shit, you could figure out any fucking body. You ain't gotta manipulate them too much, but shit, if they ain't really thinking, you can get anything out of a person. You ain't gotta manipulate them. And then it's like when you go on now, it's like Jordan Peterson, Joe Despinaza, and all this other motherfuckers. It's like, what's the point of having these motherfuckers around when at the same time all they doing is trying to send in lovers to get the information from out of these men? It's like. And women, because it's like shit, I ain't no lesbian, I don't desire to be. I'll watch the videos though. But shit, I'm not one. I love me a man. So it's just like they try to test it off of, oh, this is what they watch on adult sites and stuff like that. And your point is because any of the men, you got to sit there and look at a grown man. They got to be on adult side just to feel like it's a thrill or something like that. It's just like, to me, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. But I mean, doing it with your spouse is a whole different thing. But just sitting there trying to do that and get over on somebody just to feel like you doing something. That was the stupidest shit ever that I've ever seen in history for someone to do. But I was like, you know what, Shrita? This is how low a person will be willing to stoop as low as they are to do some shit like this towards you. Instead of just asking you straight up. That shit right there be blowing my fucking brain. But not anymore. It's like, that's what they do these days. I'll be back.